Hello, Peternet. My from working on a Minecraft video. This is a Crazy Craft video. 100 Days of Crazy Craft. I've never played Crazy Craft before, but I'm really excited for it because I've always wanted to play it and I've never had the chance until today. So, this could be my first 100 days of my life. But before we get into the video, last time I did 100 days, it was the Hexit video. That got over 1,000 views, and it was amazing. Let's hope we can get that many views again. But hardly any of those people subscribed. I gained 5 subscribers from that video and 1,000 views. Something's wrong with that ratio, guys. So if you're new watching this video, please subscribe. I'm doing all sorts of 100 days. I'm doing less videos lately because I'm trying to up the production quality of them. They take me weeks to make now, but they're way better than the videos I posted before. So please stick around and subscribe. Like the video if you're new around here. And please enjoy it because this took me a long time to make, but I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Day 1, I found this nice cave. So, I set my base up in there and started making some basic items and tools. This is going to be where I live for the next 100 days. Day 2, I set up a strip mine out of my cave and started mining all day. Day 3, I smelted every single ore I had gotten from mining on day 2. Day 4, I made an emerald sword. This is actually better than a diamond sword and would be my best sword for a long time in this series, so it's very good that I got this early on. Also, I used a variety of different ores to make a variety of different armors. In total, I had full armor that was about the equivalent of iron. Day 5, I pretty much spent the entire day looking through the crafting menu that you get with one of the mods on here and just deciding what machines and structures and tools I would want to aim for in future days. Day 6, I was just mining when I got attacked by a bunch of vampires. Now, I got this disease. I can't remember what it's called. I'm not watching the footage right now. But I'd never heard of it. No idea what it did. I didn't think much of it. It wasn't doing damage to me, so I didn't care. But by the end of this day, when this disease wore off, I became a vampire. And this is a permanent change. If I die, I'm still a vampire. So I cannot go back. At least I don't think I can. So I am going to be a vampire for the remainder of this 100 days. Day 7, I spent the whole day learning how to survive as a vampire, because this brought on a whole new series of advantages and challenges at the same time. First off, I no longer had your normal hunger bar. I had a blood bar. I had to keybind a button to suck blood from animals, and then, when I suck their blood, I can get 2 sucks from like a sheep or something, like those type of animals. And as the second one, they have a chance of either dying or becoming a vampire sheep. So, I, along with many other challenges, but this was the main one, I spent the day figuring out how to get by. Day 8, I made a blood altar. This is what allows me to level up as a vampire. That's right, you can level up as a vampire. You deposit blood into here, click on it at night, lightning strikes you, and you level up. Leveling up can give you benefits such as the ability to become a bat at night, or as long as the sun's not out. The ability to reactivate a regen, which has a cooldown. Permanent jump boost, permanent speed boost, stuff like this. So if you get to a high vampire level, this could surely be one of the most powerful mods in here. And I just got it without wanting it. Day 9, I was able to fill up the blood altar for the very first time. But you can only activate it at night, I thought. So I went to bed and waited for it and mined until it became nighttime. Then I went up, right-clicked on that thing. Lightning came through the ground into my cave somehow and leveled me up. I can now become a bat. Day 10, I worked on starting manufacturing diamonds, which is actually possible in Crazy Craft. But I can't do it yet, as it takes diamonds to start the process of manufacturing diamonds. Day 11, I refilled my blood altar, but during the nighttime I was in the mines, so I did not get to level up again just yet. Day 12. I finally found diamonds. This may have been the most unlucky I've ever been about finding diamonds in my life in a single world. I don't know if it's because of the version I'm playing on, because it's a later version, because Crazycraft hasn't been updated in a minute, or what. But yes, I took forever. Anyways, I also leveled up to Vampire level 3. This means I can now have night vision permanently, jump boost permanently. But I started taking damage to the sun, which was not something I did before. I was a vampire who could go in the sun. I don't take damage to the sun, actually. It just makes me very nauseous and I can't really see anything. So I have to be careful about that. Day 13. I used the diamonds I had found to begin setting up this automatic diamond making machine. But I was about 3 diamonds short, so I couldn't finish it yet. Day 14. Pretty early on while I was mining, I died to some crazy fire zombie. However, I was luckily able to get my stuff back fairly early on, so it wasn't a huge setback. Day 15. I got the final few diamonds I need to make my diamond generator. Day 16. I finished my diamond machine, but it was extremely inefficient, so I worked on making more of these things called world interaction upgrades. They would allow the nodes to mine the cobblestone, which the chest turns into diamonds. And the more world interaction upgrades I get in them, the faster they give my chest cobblestone. So I wanted to make more of them to upgrade it, so I got more diamonds. Day 17 and 18, I went to a distant village and collected all of the blood I could find there. Villagers give better blood than animals, so if you can get villager blood, it is preferred. Also, if you have a full blood bar and you have glass bottles in your inventory, they fill up with the blood you drink. So I bottled every ounce of blood from that village held. Also, you can't drain blood from vampire hunters or guards, just in case you're wondering. Day 19, I spent collecting obsidian. There was 2 things I wanted in the near future for various reasons. I'm not going to tell you what they are yet, but I needed a lot of obby for the 2 of them, so I started collecting it now. Day 20, I tried to start figuring out how to use the next blood altar, because I'm too high of a level for my current one, and the next one is a proper, big shrine, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to set this thing up. If you search up a tutorial online, it's outdated. The block they say to use doesn't exist anymore. So I'm doing this all by myself, trying to figure it out, not having very much success, and it hasn't been going well so far. Day 21, I went to the nether to get some glowstone, which I then used to make a transmutation table. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's a modded item where anything in vanilla Minecraft, its mod, or a variety of other mods, not very many other mods, but there's a couple other mods that are included in this, have something called an EMC value. You put something into this table, and it learns it. It also has an EMC value in the corner. That's the amount of total EMC you have in the thing. And then you can grab things out of it. So say I had 2 stacks of coal, and I would rather have 45 iron. I could put the coal in there. I'd gain the EMC value, and then roughly that same EMC value would buy me roughly 45 iron. I'd estimate around. Probably less, actually. Probably closer to half a stack iron, because coal is worth less than iron. And that's how it works. So basically, it's infinite items as long as you can make an EMC farm. Day 23, I worked on making a new blood altar to level up my vampire level some more, but I did something wrong. I spent the whole day trying to figure out and was unsuccessful the entire time, so I ended up moving on. Day 24, I looked through the crafting inventory looking into getting better armor, because at this point I was still about the equivalent of iron armor, and I felt like that needed to change. Day 25, I couldn't find any much better armor that was a reasonable material cost so I could get it soon, so I just ended up making basic full diamond armor. Day 26, I started working on a red matter sword. This red matter sword is the first stepping stone to a red guitar, one of the best weapons of the game, but it's also a very good sword. My current emerald sword is plus 10 attack damage. For a reference, a diamond sword is plus 8. A netherite sword is plus 9, I think. I don't have the netherite sword memorized. The emerald sword is plus 10, though. It's better than diamond. That's all you have to know. And the red matter sword is plus 16. The red guitar, when I eventually make it, is plus 23, but it won't be made until later. It requires like a red matter sword, axe, and some other stuff. It's very expensive. Day 27, I upgraded my EMC farm. For context, my diamond farm is now going to be an EMC farm because diamonds have an 8,000 EMC each, which is a decent bit. Like, it's... Iron has 472, so that's context. Anyways, I'm going to be using this as an EMC farm now because I no longer really need diamonds. I don't really have any need for them. I'm past the point of needing diamonds. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing this for. So I upgraded it and used it as an EMC farm. I spent all of day 28 and 29 manually transporting cobblestone from the thing that's supposed to make the cobblestone into diamonds. No, actually black matter. I upgraded to black matter because that's worth more than diamonds. It's supposed to automatically make it to diamonds, the EMC generator. But my chest couldn't keep up, the energy condensing chest, so I had to manually transport because it was clogged. So I spent all of day 28 and 29 just manually transporting cobblestone from my chest to my transmutation table. Day 30, I went to the ant dimension. Basically, if you right-click on these various types of ants in this mod, each different type of ant takes you to a dimension. So I went to the default ant dimension in search of what's called a duplication tree. Basically, if you place a block on it, it'll slowly dupe. But I can make a time warping coil, which would make it dupe almost immediately. This thing would be the most overpowered thing I could possibly get in this entire series. But they're crazy rare. Day 31, I went to the ant dimension, and where I collected tons of emerald blocks, diamond blocks, and golden apples, because they are abundant there. And I didn't realize that until just now, so I wish I knew that when I was looking for diamonds. Day 32, I learned that earlier when I was looking for the duplication trees, I was actually in the wrong dimension. They spawn in the red ant dimension, not the normal ant dimension. So I went to the red ant dimension and flew around looking for them. This dimension just has an abundance of just about every type of ore, but also really difficult mobs. Like, you remember that final boss from Avatar? I killed that at one point. I don't think it was this day. Later on, though. But it didn't really drop anything important, so I don't think I even noted it down. Oh well. Day 33, I gave up on the duplication trees and decided to instead just focus on getting a crazy amount of EMC, since that's basically what my world's going to run off of for the next however many days. So I went back to the brown ant dimension, or the default ant dimension as I've been calling it, to collect more diamond and emerald blocks, because they are all over the place there. Day 34, I flew around the ant dimension collecting diamond and emerald blocks. Day 35, I made a better chest for my EMC machine. Basically, the energy converter chest couldn't keep up with the amount of cobblestone my cobblestone generators were making. So I upgraded to a Mark II, which is the max one, and this one kept up easily. Day 36, I went back to the default ant dimension to get more diamond and emerald blocks. Day 37, I was in the ant dimension, mining diamond and emerald blocks, when I found this tree made completely of ruby blocks. These are incredibly valuable, they're better than diamond, and they would make a great upgrade to my armor for relatively cheap. So, I slept there that night because it was just turning night. And first thing in the morning on day 38, I started mining ruby blocks. But I only got 3 blocks mined before the Queen Dragon, the second hardest boss, strongest boss in the game, spawned on top of me, hitting me off the tree, and killing me from fall damage. Luckily, because I have the ability to turn into a bat and spawn back in the brown dimension, I was able to fly in, grab myself, and fly out without her noticing me after she killed me the first time. But yeah, after that, I booked it straight home. Day 39, using more world interaction upgrades, I was able to max out my EMC farm. Day 40 to 42, I hauled out a big area for a QDC chamber. A QDC is a fancy crafting table, essentially, and it needs a big area because it needs these reactors all around it to make it craft. It's really complicated. Actually, it's okay. Day 43, I went looking for a vampire forest, as these are the only places where vampire lords spawn, and vampire lords are the only way to get pure blood, and pure blood is what you need to level up once you reach the second milestone, which is where I have been for quite a few days now. Day 44, I continuously went back and forth between the red ant dimension and the overworld, attempting to make a red matter sword and just being a little bit short every time, but I eventually finished the red matter sword. Earlier when I said red matter, I actually meant dark matter, I realize now, but I wrote it down wrong. So yeah, I finally have the red matter sword. Day 45, I made a red matter axe. I'm so close to the guitar now. All I have to make is like shears, a hoe, and 5 more pieces of red matter. Day 46, I made a pair of red atom shears. I never thought there was a day where I'd say I made shears that were better than diamonds by about over 2 times. But, you know, that's how crazy craft is. Day 47, I combined the red atom sword, axe, hoe, and shears, as well as 5 extra pieces of red matter to create the red guitar. One of the best weapons in existence. Easily top 5. Probably top 3. Day 48, I was collecting a bunch of diamond and emerald blocks, and somehow I died of fall damage. I'm showing you the correct clip here. I don't know what happened. I guess it was a glitch. I must have glitched into the block when I transformed from bat to a human or something. I'm not sure, but whatever. I got my stuff back, so it wasn't a big deal. Day 49, I combined a red atom shovel, pickaxe, and hammer with 6 red atoms to make a red morning star, which is the best multi-tool in the game, period. Day 50, finally the halfway mark. I found a vampire forest and spent the day looking for a vampire lord within the forest, but they are not particularly common, so it took me quite a while to find it. Day 52, I not only found a vampire lord, killed it, but I also got its pure blood. 1 bottle of pure blood, 1 out of 5, because it was a level 1 lord based on my level 4 vampiriness. Day 53, I still couldn't figure out how to level up as a vampire more. That system just wasn't working for me. The new system I just couldn't get to work worth anything. So, instead, I started working on some super good armor. Day 54, I started working on Essence Farm to make my armor. Basically, Essence is a mod where you can grow essence of items, so essentially you can, if you grow 9 of these plants, you can make a piece of obsidian, but they grow super slow, for example, and I need tier 5 essence armor is what I want to make, because it not only gives insane armor, like twice of what my ruby is giving me, but gives me the ability to fly without creative or turning into a bat. And I think it might protect me from sunlight as a vampire, but I could be wrong with that. Day 55, I headed back to the ant dimension to get emerald and diamond blocks because I needed more AMC. That's why I'm continuously going here. Day 56, I set up a time warp clock on a dark pedestal to supercharge my EMC farm. This made it twice as fast as it was before. Day 57, I spent trying to figure out how to make a coal essence seed, because I need that to craft an obsidian essence, and I need obsidian essence to craft a gold essence, and I need a combination of obsidian and gold essence to craft the armor I want. Day 58, while my seeds were growing, I decided to go and look for a duplication tree some more, but I still had no success. Day 59, I went to the ant dimension and collected some more EMC. Day 60, I nearly died to a king dragon, which is the only boss stronger than the queen dragon that one-shot me earlier on in this episode. And luckily, and it was faster than me as a bat. Luckily, I had my house pet, and that was the only reason I was able to escape there alive. Day 61, I moved my coal crop because I had to grow in my cave, which it can't do. It needs sunlight, which is too bad because that means it has to restart its growing process. And I didn't even get a single piece, but whatever. Day 62 and 63, I looked into making an ME system, which is basically a highly advanced storage system which you can craft anything in, virtually anything, and you can store everything. You can store so much stuff. And you can just search it up. Like it can store all your 1,000,000 cobblestone in one stack. And because, as I said earlier, my transmutation table can only have things added to it from vanilla, its mod, or a handful of other mods that the guy who made the transmutation table knew about. But I still had like 4 or 5 double chests full of stuff that didn't have an EMC value. So I decided I should make an ME system for them. Day 64 and 65, I worked on making a second time pedestal. This one, because you can't stack time pedestals, I would use for my farm, my coal essence farm, obsidian essence farm, which I haven't made yet, and my gold essence farm, which I haven't made yet. Day 66 through 69, I mined for Certus quartz crystals and Fluix crystals. These two are 2 crystals I need for the ME system, and I was able to find both of them within these 4 days. Day 70, I looked for charged Certus quartz crystals and found them. I am getting very close to getting my ME system now. Day 71 and 72, I spent working on an 8 generator strong lava power source that would be powered off my EMC farm. I would have one chest making redstone, and lava, which is what would power the generators. The other one still is making red matter, which is what I'm using to make more EMC. So then I have infinite power automatically. Day 73, I finished automating the fuel for the energy generators. Day 74, I tried to figure out how to use a quartz grinder because I needed quartz dust, Certus quartz dust, and Fluix quartz dust to be specific. But I couldn't figure it out, so I just laid some energy piping through the walls so I could access it through anywhere where I needed it instead. Day 75, I got some blaze rods and made a QED, which is essentially a really fancy crafting table. Day 76, I added the beacons to the QED. I know I made the room way earlier, I said, but I never actually put it in because I was just making it. I didn't need it then. This was the first time I needed it when I was working on the ME system, so I didn't actually install it until just these days. Day 77, I made a pulverizer, which I already knew how to use because it's a different mod pack I've used before, so I didn't have to use the quartz grinder. This was in replacement of that, and I used it to make the dust I needed. Day 78, I went meteor hunting, because meteors have these meteor chests in the middle of them that can have presses. I need specific presses to use in my inscriber, which I made, so that I can make chips for the ME system. Day 79, I slept through. Basically, I have a coffin. I can sleep through days if I want to. And meteor hunting is a lot easier when it's actually nighttime, so I can actually turn into a bat rather than daytime. So I just slept through day 79 and then spent the whole nighttime hunting meteors. Day 80, I set up a pure Certus quartz growing area, which is basically you have to turn it into seedlings, put it in water, and it takes 8.5 in-game hours for them to grow. No, not in-game hours, real-life hours, sorry. Day 81. So at this point, I can't progress on my armor or ME system until my coal essence grows me enough to make the obsidian seeds. So I just made more coal essence seeds and then watched them grow. Days 82 through 84, I watched the coal essence grow. Day 85, I went to the red ant dimension in search of the materials I would need for advanced fertilizer, which is essentially the fancy bone meal that works on the coal crop. Day 86, I left the ant dimension because it has the wrong type of vegetables for the fertilizer, so I couldn't make it. So I went back to watching my coal grow. Day 87, I watched coal grow. Day 88, I made crystal seeds, because until now I thought it was just you throw the dust and the sand in the water. Turns out you combine them in a crafting table, making a seed, and throw the seed in the water. So those hadn't even been growing this whole time. Day 89, I made obsidian crop seeds, finally! Day 90, I watched the obsidian grow. It's so much different than the coal crop. Day 91, I made extra crystal seeds because I figured if I was going to sit here AFK watching them, except not AFK because I didn't want to die or have any of my stuff get blown up, so I was actually sitting here the whole time, I decided I may as well throw like a stack of crystal seeds in there so I'd never have to do this again. Day 92, I watched Obby grow some more. Day 93, I realized I could actually make an ME system terminal while I waited for my obsidian to grow, so I did that. Day 94, I watched my obsidian grow. Day 95, I learned you could make this really fancy growth accelerator for the crystal seeds, so I used that. I made 4, and then the water in the middle of them, powered them through my power cord, and put the seeds in there, and they grew almost immediately. Day 96, with all this pure Certus quartz and Fluix quartz, I was able to set up the ME system and started crafting storage drives for it. Day 97, I crafted more storage drives. Day 98, I worked on moving everything from my chests to my ME system. Day 99, I organized my cables, my energy cables, because they were going right through the hallway to my ME system, so I moved them under the floor so they wouldn't be in my way all the time. And day 100, I finished off this video in an exciting way, which is watching obsidian grow. Thank goodness you guys waited for that. And that was my 100 days in Crazy Craft. I thought it went really well. I was happy with how far I got. I hope you guys were happy with watching me get that far and watching me play. As I said, like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.